What's up, guys? Perseverance Podcast. This is number 2.
Yeah, that's number 2. Deuce.
Let me introduce our very special guest today. We got Alycia.
Oh.
Cut. Alycia.
Alycia. That's why I was looking at you. Alycia
She's like, get it right.
Baumgardner. I just call her Champ. We manifest a lot of shit here, so we just say Champ.
I can dig that.
Knock your ass out.
Knock your ass out. Step up. Get knocked out.
Walker.
I want to start this episode off by giving a lot of gifts. We like to give gifts in this podcast. So, first gifts, my man, the myth, Mr. Lightweight.
Yeah.
It's birthday.
Yeah. 2-6.
B-Day. How old are we, young man?
26. 26.
Okay.
Just getting started.
We're doing shots for his 26th birthday.
Yeah.
Let me pour you a drink, sir.
Let's get right. Got to be an episode of the.
It's just tea.
In the here.
Just tea.
Yeah, it's just tea.
Just a little tea. Just a little tea.
Smells like tea.
Pinky up.
Stir it up a little bit.
My second gift. It's too chap. Can you give me that box?
Oh.
So I'm like, that's you. That's your
That's
own.
mine?
That's you.
Oh, you're awesome.
So
Okay.
let's unwrap that. Let's look at the shoe. If you guys didn't know, we did a special
Glasses. Oh, here.
special edition Perseverance shoe.
Ooh.
Pretty dope.
Chan, thank you for doing our podcast. Continue abundance, prosperity, success. Coach.
Woo!
So she's gonna show you these things.
Some
I
heat.
love them.
Yes.
This is perfect.
So we're gonna explain the shoe a little bit. She got, well, I don't know about your favorite Bible scripture. My favorite Bible scripture on the back, James 1:12.
112. Okay.
You have Velcro straps that can go on. So how you feeling that day? If you feeling like praying, you feeling like
Love
lifting some
that.
heavy weight
Yeah.
or lightweight. So those go on the tongue.
Love that. Thank you so much.
Some heat on your feet.
Yes.
Yeah, some heat on your feet.
What gym got their own shoe?
Right. No, for real though.
Size
Not,
7, right?
not the one you go to.
Men.
Unless you
All
go to
right,
this
we
one.
right.
No, that's perfect. Thank you.
All right, so let's get into this thing. Let me get my shot. RJ, how does it feel to be 26?
Hey, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It feels good.
This is your New Year's Eve, right? You don't.
You don't.
January 1st is America's New Year's Eve. Your
Oh.
birthday is your New Year's Eve.
Okay. Okay.
So
I
we
like
gotta
that.
celebrate like it's your new year.
Hey, I'm with that. I'm with that.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Salute.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
26, new baby.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Life is great. The baby is doing amazing. The hospital, that whole thing was crazy. Like, we were there for like a whole week before he got here. But it was, it's like one of those things where it's like all worth it because it was like I delivered him. That was crazy.
Put that on your resume.
That was crazy as hell.
I delivered
Like,
babies.
forever would be a moment where I was like, just to like quickly go over it, right? So I was already told what to do.
Don't look under the curtain.
Exactly. So my whole thing, I was like, I'm going to be on the side of her, support from the side.
Yeah.
So when we get up there, they're like, she's like, hey, you big. You need to grab her leg. I said, what? She's like, grab her leg. So I went from being on the side to now I'm grabbing a leg.
Okay.
And then now more doctors come in. So I moved to the side. I'm letting them do their job. The midwife, like the head lady, calls me over. She goes, nobody puts baby in the corner. So I'm like, oh, yeah, no one puts me in the corner. She goes, you're going to deliver your son. I said, what?
That's the first.
And, I'm in the trenches. I'm in there. And then he came out, and that was, like, literally the best moment to this day. Like, that was a bond that I definitely will never get again or that experience. So that was
Pretty dope.
it was crazy.
Pretty
It
dope.
was dope, though.
Love that for you.
Yeah, he's good. Tell your future man, don't ever look under the curtain. When the baby's coming, don't look under the curtain.
Hey, it was fast. It was like we got there, we're going upstairs. This shit's going down.
It's done.
Yeah, it was a lot going down, but it was great. It was
Blessings
great.
to you, man.
Thank you.
They are true gifts. On to Champ.
Oh yeah,
Do people call you AB?
People call me AB.
But we don't-
AB?
There's already AB out there.
There is, but this one's just more
See, you the real AB.
advanced. I'm the real AB. Yeah.
Okay, say that then.
Yeah.
I'm the real AB.
I'm the real AB.
Yeah, for y'all fake ABs, come holler.
And please cut me off if I'm doing something wrong. So, you hold the WBC and the IBO super featherweight title.
Correct.
And what belt are we getting in September?
Every belt that she has. So we have the ring belt.
The ring belt.
We have the IBO. Or I'm sorry, I got the IBO. The WBA.
Ring belt, WBA.
Listen, I can't even keep track. I just know I'm getting her belts come September 10th.
So we'll call it. You are the WBC, IBO, soon to be ring belt.
Look, unified champion. There's after her. There's one more belt. So unified champion, September 10th.
God damn it! Put a cap on.
Motherfucker walking earth.
Put a cap on it. Damn it, AB, AB.
My first question to you, Champ. What's your definition of perseverance?
My definition of perseverance is consistency. Like when you think of perseverance, you have to be consistent in your hustle, in your grind, and what you do. And because I've been consistent with my grind, I am where I am today because of that. Okay. And so I'm going to continue looking, not just at the moment, but looking forward to the bigger outcome of what God has for me. And it's just not this one moment. It's bigger than that.
It's the vision.
It's the vision.
I see you got a vision.
It's I heard it's the mountain landscape, right? Because the mountain landscape's up and down through the valley, and it's never straight.
That's quite like to use. You have to be, what they say, you have to be humble on your peaks, and you have to persevere through your lows. So it's the landscape, and it's going to forever change, unfortunately. But that's life, and life leads to lessons.
Absolutely.
So you said a little bit about your history. I just found out an interesting fact today. How many, I don't know what word I'm using for it, non-pro fights have you had?
Non-pro fights, so amateur fights.
Yeah.
So I had 165 amateur fights.
Damn.
That's what Free told me that today, and I was like, damn.
165.
You just walking up on people at that.
Listen, at this point, I'm finding people his size. Just put me in the ring, let me get a fight. I don't care if they're bigger than me. Yeah. And growing up,
was you down in like Mexico, like Rocky and shit, like Creed was down fighting anybody.
Anybody. I'm just like, just put me in the ring. I don't care. Size didn't matter to me. I wanted to get the win, and I gained experience from every fight. So regardless if they were bigger than me, had a winning record, it didn't matter. I was just like, put me in.
165. How many rounds do you think you've done total?
I can't even count. Okay. A lot of rounds.
More than 10,000?
I would say so.
Okay.
I'm tired of thinking.
Okay.
That's rough right there.
Why do you think I asked that number 10,000?
I don't know.
I've been told it takes, to consider yourself an expert in the field, you have to have 10,000 hours.
Okay.
Of whatever profession that is. So as a trainer, 10,000 hours of training. As a boxer, let's say 10,000 rounds.
Okay. Listen, the time is put in, so I can agree with that.
Dope. All right, so we want to find out about you. In our eyes, you are a superwoman. I want to let you know that.
Absolutely.
My daughter met you one time and probably asked me about you every day.
It's so dope.
And that is what it's about. She's 5 and she looked up to you like she's a god. And I remember when I met my first, and my superhero at the time was Deion Figures.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know that he was a great DB for CU, won the Thor. But the first time I met him, I was like, this dude's a god. Like, I want to be this guy. And it's a big reason why I chose my football number. Who's your superhero?
My superhero, I have to say God, honestly.
Dope.
Like myself. I just see my world just being me, just going through this life kind of solo, but there's so many other people around me. Mm-hmm. And so my superhero is what God's providing for me to wear my cape the way I wear my cape. If that makes sense.
I like that.
What color is your cape?
Blue. I like blue.
Okay.
Blue with some bold letters on that, probably white letters.
Okay. So,
and boxing boots.
Question I have for you. first thing is where are you from?
I am originally from Ohio.
Okay. What part of Ohio?
Fremont.
Okay, I remember we was talking about this. We had to make sure, as you were saying Detroit, had to make sure you wasn't with them.
No, I'm
the team up north.
I'm with the
Michigan?
Motor City now.
Oh, you're talking about Michigan.
But I know you was Ohio.
Yeah,
then,
okay,
right?
okay. All right, okay. So we're gonna just get that out the way.
Right.
So growing up, what made you want to get into the ring? And when you did start to box, was it a instant love, or was it something that you kind of like had to grow into?
Yeah. So I started wrestling first. Right. I was 5 years old. I'm wrestling boys at this point, so I'm not really even seeing gender. I'm just seeing competition as a competitor.
So
right.
You started wrestling at 5.
Wrestling.
Wrestling. Yeah.
You was 14 years.
Who got you into wrestling?
My dad.
What does your mother have to say about this?
Do what you do. Listen, she let him. She let him. And my boy cousins were wrestling, and my parents seen something. They seen something at a young age, and I started wrestling, and that just built the competition, the competitiveness, the competitive spirit that I have, knowing that like I can compete with my male counterparts, like. Besides gender, like I'm doing what they're doing,
and
right?
Winning.
And I'm winning. These boys is crying.
Whooping ass regardless.
Whooping ass regardless. Listen,
Shit I'm talking about.
the boys is crying on the mat. The dad's like, "You gonna let a girl beat you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
Damn
doing
Skippy.
that."
I would
Right.
say that too. I'd be like, "You gonna let this girl beat you?" That's dope. So wrestling was your first sport.
Was my first sport.
What else have you done?
I ran track in high school.
Okay.
Got to go to state for our 4x2.
Okay.
Gymnastics. Was able to play softball. Did cheerleading. That was like the girliest sport I was able to do. I wanted to do cheerleading. I'm like, I got to do a girl sport.
Yo, so you had to go and get the
I did seventh grade cheerleading.
After you whoop some ass, I'm gonna go get some pom-poms.
My dad's like,
real
you're
quick.
still boxing,
Yeah,
even
like-
if you want to do cheerleading. I'm like, damn.
So it sounds like your dad was a big influence in your life.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Was he your superhero growing up?
I would say so. I think he, every dad wants to see their child, reach a level of success that they weren't able to.
Right.
I'm really living through him and through his dreams.
Yep.
I have a big boxing. My dad's side of the family is a really big boxing family.
Did your dad box?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, and I know he's just seen that I had something. So, I'm really living through him now.
You feel
really.
that. That's dope. Shout out to Pops. What's your dad's name?
Mario.
Shout out to Mario. You're doing good things.
Yes.
My next question. So, you're big family or small family?
Big family.
So you come from, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 4 sisters. I have 3 sisters, and I have 3 brothers.
Oh.
And I have a blended family, so
Okay.
we have a lot of I have 2 dads, a biological dad, father, all that.
Right.
But yeah, I have a really big family, really very blended. So
7 of y'all?
7 of us.
Damn. There's a big family. Almost a ready brunch.
There were 7 of us in a 2-bedroom house growing up. All family dynamic.
Jacksons.
Grinding. That's
Grinding.
it. Grinding. That's
The
all
boxing
good.
family, the Jacksons.
Right.
I like that. Tell us a little bit. So, and I know you got this because I asked you the same question. What's your nationality?
So I'm Korean, Japanese, German, and black.
You black.
I'm black.
You black.
Someone's like, you just black.
You black.
Yeah, all those black.
I love my Asian roots though. My
dope.
grandma, she came to a country that wasn't hers, and she made her way. Strong, independent woman, and I get my strength from her too. Now that she's passed now, but I look at my grandma, I'm like, she's the reason why I have some of the strength that I have, because she
was on it.
She was on it.
It's in your blood.
Yes, sir.
A question I like to ask everybody, and I'll give you the background to this story. So I think in every generation of Baumgardners or Samuels or Rolands, there's the one, right? You are destined to be the one that can possibly change your lifestyle, your family, from years to come.
True enough.
Are you the one?
I am the one. And I say that with confidence because I understand my assignment.
Yeah.
And I tell myself I'd be slapping God in the face if I didn't use my gift and my talents to the best of my ability. If I try my hardest every day to accomplish what I'm supposed to, I'm I'm doing my my daily assignment.
I'll drink to that.
Amen. That's that's the whole thing I heard too. They said, what's the worst thing that could happen when you die is when you meet Jesus or Allah, whoever you believe in, if he shows you what you could have been, right? And they said that's when you're letting God down.
Right.
If he comes to me like, yo, if you just listen to the shit I said, you could have been this.
Right. And just to speak on that, so my biological father, I didn't know him growing up. And, he played professional sports. He played pro baseball.
Okay.
Got caught up, whatever. But I told myself, I told myself I wasn't going to be, I could have been the best, should have been the best, would have been the best. And because of his lifestyle, I said, I got to make it.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yes. But you also have to thank him and kiss both your parents.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
You are blessed with some genetics. Dude, she came into the gym the other day, right? So we trained for the first time. And I'm like, let's just do your body fat real quick.
Yeah.
Steps on 12%.
12%.
I was like, do you lift weights? She's like, no, I don't lift weights. And she was dead serious. Like, and I was like, you just born like this? She's like, yeah. I just walk out. I was like, dead serious.
Yeah. Hey.
And I'm looking at her.
I
was like, you could go on stage right now and win a bikini competition.
Yeah.
Right?
Wake up, piss excellence.
She's like, no, I just wake up like this. So that's, that's a genetic gift, which is great. And I think all greats have some type of genetic potential, right?
Absolutely.
But it's the ones who become that they make monuments of. The ones that when they speak of who was the best ever, those are the ones who realize those gifts and still continue to fucking work.
Absolutely.
The Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the ones who got the dog in them. And that's where, we want you to be. But I see that dog in you. Mm-hmm. Don't let the pretty face fool you, y'all. She got some dog.
Okay.
She got some dog.
Dog walker. Dog walker.
She's going to be the dog walker.
The. Okay. No, but you're right, though, and I see that. And it's so telling and it's so exciting that I'm in this position to be able to make a change and really to build a legacy. It's more than the belts. It's more than the accomplishments. It's really cementing my name into history and saying like Alycia Baumgardner was one of the greatest women fighters. So that's my goal.
So far, when you were going through your amateur, right? When you were going through amateur to pro boxing, what was the mindset switch? Because a lot of people don't understand, like, when you start to move on and you're playing sports, so little league to high school, different mindset. High school to the collegiate level is a different mindset, and then to the pros, a different mindset. So what was your mindset when you started out, and then when you took that jump from amateur to pro?
Yeah, so, my amateur career, you can have losses, right? And that's okay. But I knew that transitioning into my pro career, you have this fresh slate. It's a different type of world. And I knew that, okay, I had more of a pro style anyways when I was in the amateur. So I really couldn't really wait to turn pro. But I didn't even think I was going to be a professional fighter. I didn't think professional fighting was my thing. I'm like, I'm going to go to the Olympics. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. That didn't work out. So I'm like, bet. Well, now we got to go pro. And so when I had that transition of mindset, I'm like, this is it. This is where you really prove who you are, because they were sleeping on you in the amateurs. They thought you was just regular, which was fine. Yeah. And then, in the pro world, they're going to see who I really am. And so that mindset changed to really even dig deep into who I am as an athlete. Like you can be naturally gifted. This is a lot of things. Yeah. You can be an athlete naturally gifted and only do so much because of that gift. Yep. But to be great, you really have to surpass that and be uncomfortable and say, I really got to reach another level of me to be on top of that. Yeah. And so that's what I had to change my mindset to. You're gifted. Yeah. You naturally gifted, but what else are you going to do on top of that?
What else can you always do to be better? And I like the fact that I want to touch a little bit more about this Olympic trial, right? Because I always see that some boxers, they're like, oh, I'm going to the Olympics, or most boxers went to the Olympics, whatever. But I always try to remember to tell people it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Mm-hmm. And that's not everybody's path, which kind of sounds like you. I know your competitor really harps on that she was an Olympic boxer. Mm-hmm. She just made been an Olympic boxer in a bad year, and that's why she got in.
Right.
But she didn't medal, correct?
Right. Didn't medal. And, you know, that's what I told myself. I'm like, listen.
Right, so you ain't even.
What'd you do then?
Yeah.
What'd you do? You just went?
You
just showed up.
She just wore the sweatsuit.
Yeah. You just
She
got a
just-
free
right.
outfit.
You just looked the part. You just looked the
And
part.
got the tattoo.
Exactly.
You shouldn't get the tattoo
Exactly.
unless you get your ass on
do
the
it.
podium.
So you didn't earn it. You know what?
Yes, we're throwing shots.
Oh, what? For sure.
Okay.
You know what team we are over here. Ain't no questions.
Ain't no question. But yeah, I told myself, I'm like, listen, if I couldn't get a gold medal, I was gonna be a world champion, and I did that.
Boom.
Yeah, because it's not where you start, it's where you finish. I'm sure there's plenty of other Olympians who are not even at your caliber or at your level. So keep that in mind, viewers. I tell my children this every day because it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Mm-hmm. The
Everybody
work is never done.
work is fucking never done. Ever.
Ever.
So, as you're saying, like your mindset switch, and now you in your pro thing. What was like a fight that you were like, okay, this fight right here changed me. Like I train different now. I walk different now. I talk different. What was that fight that you were like? After that, I'm gonna.
Before you answer that, let me give you a name. What does Christina Duran mean to you?
Christina Duran or
I can't
Leonardo
even-
too.
Leonardo too.
Leonardo too. Listen,
Yeah.
so before any fight, it would have to be my loss that I took. That was the fight that really transitioned me to who I am today. And because I took that loss, because I stepped up to the plate to have a challenge, because I believed in myself, I took a loss. It was a split decision, very close fight. And, you know, in the pro world, it's like you get a loss. You're like, damn, you ain't nobody no more. You know, the people who supporting you, they disappear and stuff. And, you know, I'm climbing myself back up. But it was my loss. But I'm like, a loss is a loss. Like, that's not going to define me because I'm still great at what I do. And so I still, like, I fought through that. I allowed myself to feel, take the loss. But till this day, that loss is a plus because when people talk about that loss, you have to talk about how this girl went on to be a two-time world champion. You have to talk about how this girl says, I'm the hardest hitting at 130. So, you know, this is important because I took a challenge when I was 6-0. A lot of girls are getting their records patent, like, you know, fighting easy girls along the way. No, I said I want to take a 9-1 girl. So
I watched that fight, and like I don't even know if you know this, but I'm vested in you. I really want you to do your best. Like I said, we gonna cross any way I can help you cross every T and dot every I. We gonna make sure that happens. So I watched that fight, and yesterday was the first time I watched you spar. I was like, this ain't the same chick.
man, tell them.
I was like, this is not the same. I watched that fight, and I'm like, I just saw her spar yesterday. What the hell happened?
Yeah, so with that fight, I was at a different trainer at that time, and I was going through a lot of things outside the ring. And if you know, boxing is 90% mental.
Hell,
And
life.
Shit.
Yeah.
So everything outside of that was just messed up. It was toxic. I was getting out of like a bad relationship at that time, and I took this fight, which I shouldn't have. I really should have just taken a step back. But everything was just not in order, right? And that just showed me that you have to make sure that your circle is 100 because you know these people are in your life and they should be uplifting you, genuinely supporting you. And so when that's not in order, the boxing shit's not going to be in order as much as you want it to.
It showed. And, you know,
And by the way, I have not seen that full fight till this day because those are only her highlights of that fight.
It was clips. I mean, it wasn't the whole fight, but it was clips. But what I just noticed, just seeing how you move, you looked tired. You looked heavy. You looked out of shape. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, dude, this ain't the same girl that saw spar yesterday.
Right.
I was just dead serious. So that was my big question to you, to understand what was going on or something was off. We could tell. But, you know, you learn from that.
Yeah, you learn from it and you grow from it. And again, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At that early stage in my career, I've gained so much, like the knowledge and the wisdom and just who I am as an athlete.
Yeah.
There's so much that goes into it. So, man, this
Takes a village.
takes a village.
And it goes a big up to you about how you took an L and how you switched that over into something positive, because a lot of people, you know, they keep going and they feel like they're on a mountain and they can't get knocked down. So you were able to take that knock, go back to it, and revamp to where now you're 12-1. You have 7 knockouts, right? So that means it's 53% chance that you get knocked out when you fight you. So I mean, that's it's either
roulette, dog.
you go to get your ass whooped or you go get your ass knocked out.
Okay,
So it's
that's better than roulette.
Exactly. You can pick that out for yourself. So that's a big up to you for going ahead and taking that and making that more of a positive thing.
As we get into the final stages of this podcast, there's a few things that I think our viewers want to know more about you. So I'm going to ask you a couple personal questions, if you don't mind telling us.
Go ahead.
Question number 1. I know that you're a highly spiritual young lady. What's your favorite Bible scripture?
Philippians 4:16. Yeah, I just had I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Okay. That's my favorite.
Yep, I feel that.
Favorite food?
Sushi. Korean food, I would say Korean.
Korean food?
Yeah.
If you had one person to work out with, dead or alive, who would that be?
Mike Tyson.
You want to work out crazy ass Tyson?
I want to meet him. I haven't met him yet. He's my favorite boxer.
It'll happen. Manifest it. It's gonna happen. Hey, Tice, get her on Hot Box, dog.
Right.
She needs to be on Hot Box. After she brings home all these belts, we're gonna put that in there so he can talk to you. Don't do any mushrooms. Don't smoke any weed. Because he's gonna definitely try to get you to do that. Who is outside of Jesus? Who's your role model?
I would say I don't have a role model. I would say myself. I got to be my biggest supporter.
Star player.
Checks or stripes?
Stripes.
Smart answer.
That's a money.
I heard that question before. I like that.
If people don't know, that's Adidas or Nike. That's kind of what we're shooting
I
for.
wasn't even now. I'm thinking about a dress with stripes on it.
Oh shit! All right. Well, hey,
I like the stripes.
You like the stripes. Something for my male viewers. What's your favorite feature on a man?
His body.
Get your shit right.
Memberships is went up. Hey, I'm gonna need to come in.
You gotta be fit, because if I'm fit,
right.
I need you to be fit. I need you to look the part.
I heard
okay?
Get your shit right.
Everybody's gonna be in the gym tomorrow.
Abs. Get your abs right.
Everybody doing
That's so
push-ups at
funny.
home right now.
And my last question: what's the first thing you do in the morning?
Pray.
What do you pray about?
I pray for a good day, and I pray for everything that I'm thankful for, to the smallest thing. Having a roof over my head, money in my pocket, a family. I'm so thankful.
Dope. Well, guys, that's it with Miss AB, a.k.a.
DAB.
Champ, a.k.a. Shit. Just call her
D-Dog
winner.
Walker.
Just call her winner. She
AKA whoop your ass.
whoop your ass. A.k.a.
No matter what.
slap your baby's mama. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. We're looking forward to this fight.
Thank you again for having me. This fight is, again, just another step in my career, and I'm so excited just to be here in Denver,
Yep.
to be here training at Perseverance. I have a great circle of people, and you guys really support me, so I really appreciate that.
Yep. And to your competitor, what camera am I looking at? Hey,
Tighten up.
she ready.
Tighten up,
You better
bitch.
tighten up.
She ready.
Tighten up.
Call your mom.
Listen,
all your parents. Make
she
sure
knows what
everybody
time
is
it
in
is.
line. You know what I mean? Apology letters for, everybody tuning in, getting your ass whooped. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So we're going to manifest that, and then once you get those 5 belts, we got to have you back on.
you will see me strapped up.
Strapped up.
Strapped up. 5 on it.
Yes. Thank you, guys. May you continue to have, one of my mantras is prosperity, abundance, and success. So we wish that for you.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. I accept it and receive it.
Yes. Perseverance, we out.